It is going to be my 30th birthday this year on June 18th, and here's everything I wish I knew when I was 19. You see, this is going to be 3 life lessons that you can take with you to probably ensure that you have at least a more successful 10 years than I had. Now, I've been able to be blessed and build an awesome 6-figure company serving people all over the world, helping them with releasing limiting beliefs so they can have breakthroughs in their business. However, it was not an easy ride to get here, and there was 3 main things that I think if I had known as 19 years old would have really helped me get to where I'm at quicker, maybe with a little bit less pain. But as you know, we don't believe in coincidences or chances, so I think it all went the way. But nonetheless, I hope you get value from these 3 tips all the same. So number one on my list is you have to be you, right? And that's why this video has no editing. That's why it's a little rough and rocky, and why this is the hardest thing and the thing that I lose at times and that I always come back to and that I think matters more than anything else. And you may have heard it as a 19. I know me, listen, when I was a 19-year-old, I did not care what I thought I knew what that meant. I thought I knew what being myself meant. But unfortunately, what I defined myself as was more of a culmination of what I thought would be cool to other people than it was really what I genuinely, thought made me happy. And so part of that was when I went to college. And if you guys have been watching for a long time, you know this. I joined a fraternity. And in that fraternity, it was super normal to drink and do all types of other stuff. And really, the main objective of the fraternity and my friends and I was to get with other girls that were in other sororities and drink and figure out how to do all of this in the most cost effective manner while still passing school. And while I would love to blame that all on other people, most of that was my own desire to be somebody that I was not in high school. Right? And I've never been the ladies killer. Like maybe I had secret crushes due to my light skin looks and deep voice, but I didn't know and I had no game. I watched anime. I was in band. I'm like the real life Troy Bolton. Okay. But I am 6'2" and play basketball. So it worked out. Right. But the problem was when I went to college, I really tried to be somebody who I wasn't. And because of that, it led me to follow when you are in a place of inauthenticity, when you don't really know who you want to be. And this can even get dangerous with watching videos like this on YouTube because when you don't know who you are, you leave room for somebody who really knows who they are to implant that vision into your own. And what do I mean by that? Sometimes within the fraternity, there were always guys who got all the girls, who had a bunch of money, who did what they wanted and still got good grades and always turned things around. And I followed their actions primarily because they had such a strong self awareness and confidence that it resonated off of them. You could literally feel it when they walk into the room. We all know people like this who, when they come around, you just want to talk to them. Everything seems to go their way. People always like them. It's because they have a strong sense of self. And if you want to gain that same magnetic confidence, one of the easiest levers to pull is to know yourself better than anybody else. And sometimes the only way to know yourself is going through hard things and to do things that you've never done before, which leads me to my second point of what I wish I would done a lot sooner, and that's break the rules that you think can't be broken. Now, I'm obviously not talking about doing wild things that are illegal or going to risk your life, but what I mean is that in every single business, there is a set stone of ways on how you're supposed to do it. Now, I don't mean to give you an excuse to procrastinate and be lazy and take no action on your goals, but I am suggesting that if you've put solid effort towards any given facet of how you're going to do your life or business, and then you realize that there's a disresonance there, like you just can't do it. For say it's like doing a certain amount. I know a lot of high ticket coaching programs pitch like doing 100 messages a day, right? You're never going to catch me ever in a world where I message 100 people every single day consistently. I'm just not going to do it. It's not what I want. And I strongly believe if you've been watching this for any amount of time that you guys can live the exact life that you want to live. No questions asked, no ifs, ands, or buts. And it starts with sometimes breaking rules because if what you want to do is do something that's never been done, then that means you're going to have to do it in a way that's never been done before. Now, there is truth to, at times, not reinventing the wheel. And when you have a mentor in your circle who's shown you a proven way to do it, it is best to follow their framework, but then add your own style. Make sure that you're always being yourself and breaking the rules to fit who you really are, right? You can still follow proven frameworks and you can still figure out how can I use this same thing that works and make it better by making it better for me. Because whatever's better for you is going to be what catapults you and gives you enough energy to actually get it done, right? A lot of the times I see people in fields where they could really thrive. But like, for example, I have a friend who wants to start a wholesale real estate business. And my dog, if you're watching, I mean all the world to you, right? And he was telling me about how at his job and his company, he works so good that they literally, he has to ask for work every day. Once he's finished the task that they give him to do, he's completing it at such a high level. But when it comes to doing his own outreach for his business, there's this huge fear wall blockage there. And I told him the main reason is because when it comes to his business, he cares about the results. He's following the rules. Okay, I have to do this to get this result. When it's this company that he works for his business, he has no attachment to the result whatsoever. He could care less if they do 50 or 100 or $2 or $3 next year. Like he doesn't care at all, right? And so because of that, he has a detachment from it, which means the only thing he focuses on is doing his job to the best that he can do, which he usually comes with breaking the rules in this sense of finding a better way that works for you. All of us who've worked a 9 to 5 know that there's the way they train you to do it, and then there's the way that actually works to get results that all the veterans know that's the faster and more efficient way to do it. So let's go on to the third and final tip that I have for you guys that I wish I knew as a 19-year-old without any doubt is that you are probably right. Doesn't matter if you want to be negative or positive. If you are saying to yourself, I'm 19 years old, I didn't do good in high school, I didn't get good grades, my parents didn't like me, I never had girls, I never did this, and so therefore I'm cooked. I have no chance of having a good 10 years after this. I have no chance of recovering from this. Well, guess what? You're correct. But on the flip side of that token, if you can learn to cultivate the internal voice, we call this the Apple voice. Say the word Apple without saying the word Apple out loud. 1, 2, 3. That voice. If you can learn to cultivate and build and really develop that voice to have such a positive internal environment, the external has to produce it. There's no choice. There's literally no choice. And some of the best ways that I wish I would have taken seriously when I was younger about how to craft my voice and to know that I'm right was to have started reading personal development and nonfiction books sooner, to have taken the words inside those books like fact sooner, right? It took me 10 years. You don't have to be like Unc. You can watch this video, you can watch other videos, and you can choose to take massive action and get the result way quicker. So I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. If you're 19 watching this and you have a bunch of motivation, you want to take action on this right now, write something down, just leave it in the comments what you're going to do by the time you're 29 going into your 30th year. And I just am so excited to see you guys doing that. And as always, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one to move past your limiting beliefs inside my private coaching program, True Diamond Mindset, you can book a call with me below. And I hope to see you on the next video. Peace, love, and prosperity.